Hey, and huge welcome to this video. In this video, we are going to be going over why agencies fail and how to avoid having a bad experience. First of all, my name is Liv. I'm one of the founders of Injectable Boost, where we help med spas get more people through their doors and sell more, generate more revenue, and get good quality people in that actually want to get upsold. They're going to spend a lot of money, not the Groupon clients, guys. So before we get into it, I want to give you a little explanation here. Maybe you have tried this before. I talk to a lot of med spas every single day. Med spa owners that have had a horrible experience with marketing agencies or any marketing people or just people in general or agencies that tried to get them people in the door, tried to get them appointments, tried to get them leads, but it didn't work. Maybe they got some leads, but those leads didn't convert into appointments or show-ups, so you didn't really make any money. Or maybe they actually did convert into appointments or show-ups, but the people that actually walked in your door was horrible quality. They were the discount hunters, the Groupon clients that didn't even buy anything. So in the end of the day, it didn't really give you that ROI that you're looking for. Maybe you haven't tried this, but I know a lot of med spas have. So now I want to prep you on two things. One, how to avoid ever running into an agency that does this for you, but instead you can choose an agency that gets you amazing results. Or two, if you have had this experience before, how to avoid it in the future and actually get good experiences with marketing. Because we live in 2025 when I'm recording this video and marketing works. It is the number one driver for you to get people in the door, whether we like it or not. So let's get into it. How agencies fail and how to avoid a bad experience ever again. Now, we also want to look at how this is possible. Brooke here, who got 16 booked appointments in 7 days. Or Christian here, who started working full-time in the hospital, but had to step down in time within few weeks because he had to work more in his clinic. He got 9 prepaid clients for Botox in the first 9 days. Or even Jana here, who got so much knowledge about marketing and actually how to get people through the door. And now she's got a machine that gets her clients through her doors every single week consistently that she can turn on and off whenever she'd like and scale up as well. Or even Alcia here, who has been generating over $2 million since we started working with them. Or Sina here, who got 18 new clients, or a med spa in Georgia here, who generated over $13,000 in just 7 days, right, with marketing. Or this med spa who got 76 bookings in 30 days with marketing. Or this med spa right here who got 11 new clients in 10 days with marketing, with the exact system that I'm also going to tell you much more about today. Cool. By the way, you can watch these videos by clicking on this link, search it up on YouTube, and that's so simple. Well, let's get back into it. Why is agencies failing again and again and leaving you with a very negative ROI? Well, there's really 3 key things to this, all right? First of all, a lot of marketing agencies or marketing people, they run very generic ads. One bonus tip here, if you are boosting a post or if you have done it, please never do it again. It's Facebook and Instagram's way of making extra money without you making anything from it. You might get a few followers, likes and stuff here and there. That's not what we want. We want people through the door who pays you good money, a good long-term client. This is the first thing, generic ads. Like, how do you stand out, right? Everyone and their mom is doing Botox, fillers, have all the fancy machines, microneedling, blah, 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 body contouring, you name it. All that doesn't matter if you do not stand out. Step number 2 is that they don't have any qualification. Maybe they say that they do. Maybe they say that they qualify people and they prep them, they pre-vet them and whatever. Well, if they actually don't come through your door and they pay, then they've probably not been qualified, right? And then number 3, poor follow-up and a poor sales process, bad SOPs on sales. So this goes from when you actually get someone who shows even a little bit of interest in your services, you got to convert them, right? You got to have an absolute on-point follow-up process and also a real good sales process from when you talk to people on the phone till when they come through your doors and they are in for their first treatment or consultation. Everything has to be on point. Otherwise, you're going to lose the sale. You're going to lose the client. All right, let's get to this next slide right here, because I also do want to talk a little bit about this. As I said before, everyone is doing Botox fillers, have all the fancy machines. I cannot even comprehend or tell you how many clinics are doing advertising online, how many clinics are trying to share out flyers and going to in-person events. Like, the clinics and med spas, they're doing all the marketing that they think they can, right? So you have a lot of competition, so you need to stand out. And a few of the other things that are going wrong when you work with a marketing agency is what I have down here. This is very unfortunate. I talk to about 8 to 9 new med spas every single day, and I hear this a lot. Well, first of all, they work with a marketing agency. That's fine. Like, that's great. And this marketing agency puts up Facebook ads, Instagram ads, Google ads. That is also great. In fact, that's amazing. Now, the problem is that very often with this marketing, right, it's getting listed to an entire city. Like, the whole city is getting pushed out there with zero advanced targeting. Plus, they're being used auto-generated, auto-filled lead forms where people really they're so busy scrolling on social media, they click on your ad and automatically all their info, name, email, and phone, and maybe more is filled out. This can be outdated information stored in Facebook or Instagram, right? That's why you cannot get in touch with people when you call them up. They won't pick up the phone, they won't answer your text messages or your emails, or even if they do, because this was auto-generated, they tell you, I haven't signed up for this, take me off your list, right? Maybe even if they show you a little bit of interest, they say, so what's the price? When you tell them the price, they hang up the phone. It is so freaking hard to convert these type of leads into long-term and high-paying clients. It's near impossible, and you're gonna turn into a call center in the process. Because you still got to contact these people and hope for them to book and show up and buy, right? Now, why does this not work? Well, if I didn't drill home the point yet, I'm going to explain a little bit more. So one of the things is that, well, first of all, you don't stand out, right? Everyone, as I said, everyone is doing Botox, fillers, body contouring. So where is your special marketing? How are you different to all the other med spas around the corner, down the street? Why should they choose you? You might think that you're very special, and you might actually also be. You might think that you have a great service, great treatments, and all of that is amazing. But it doesn't matter if people do not realize it. So doing discounts doesn't really work. Like, that's not enough. Sure, a discount can be great, but it also gets you in the Groupon clients, the discount hunters, which is not really what we want if we want to build a very successful 7 or 8 figure med spa. People are not pre-sold. They just book. Maybe they never show up. You get bad no-show rates, and it's horrible. Plus, you have a horrible sales process. So if you actually do manage to get people through the door, you don't have a proven process of selling them. And I'm not just talking about, getting them their initial or first treatment. No, that's not a good enough sale. You need to be upselling them every single time someone walks in. Across all of our accounts, our average upsell rate is 76%. A little thing to consider here and keep in mind is that 76% upsell rate is not, they buy a product, they buy a nice little facial cream. No. They buy packages. We're talking that they come in initially to spend maybe $100, $200, maybe $500, and that's fine. But they walk out after their initial appointment having spent thousands of dollars. And I'm not even kidding. So now you might ask, but what should I do instead? Exactly. Give me the roadmap. I'm going to tell you. And also, again, how is this possible? Brooke, who got 16 booked appointments in 7 days. Christian, who got 9 prepaid clients in the first 9 days, right? Alcia, who's been generating over $2 million just from marketing alone. Well, let's talk about it. Some of the things, I've tried to compile this down to the most needle-moving things and most important things that you need to do. You need to be standing out with VIP marketing. We use our own system called Prepaid VIP Pipeline. This is where we get quality and prepaid clients on your calendar that we can actually upsell. to high ticket packages, right? You also need to be focusing on pain points. Do not focus on discounts only, right? That shouldn't be the only way you can get people in, by doing a good deal. No, no, no. You want to get people in that have a problem for you to solve so you can sell them. That way you're going to get so much higher quality clients as well. You also need to get a better sales process. This is something a lot of med spas, they don't really want to hear it. If you choose to listen to a little bit of this about the sales, you're going to get ahead of so many of your competitors just by this one thing alone, the sales. And I mean much better sales process. You should never, ever be optimizing for leads, clicks, followers. Please don't. The only thing that you need to optimize for is paying clients. It's called cost per acquisition. That's the metric that we want to optimize for. You need to have crazy instant speed to lead. And I'm talking call them up, text them, and email them within 60 seconds of them showing interest. If that is truly not possible for you, it has to be within the first 5 to 10 minutes. Why? Well, a delay of 5 to 10 minutes in responding to a lead after opt-in will significantly decrease conversion rates, potentially by as much as 400% for each 10-minute delay. Isn't that crazy? So what I also want to cover here quickly is it's about how the clients perceive the value of your services. If you don't get to really stand out, if you don't have a process of doing that yet, you're missing out. Because people are just choosing you randomly or because you have a good deal going on. No, it has to be because people see the value of your clinic and your services and your expertise. That's what you want to communicate in all the marketing that you do. So why is following up so crucial? Well, following up is the most important thing that you can possibly do. Otherwise, you're going to lose out on your leads, on your appointments, on your show-ups, and your sales. So follow-up is extremely important for building relationships, improving outcomes, and ensuring clear communication across various contexts from sales and customer service. You get the point, right? And I also want to cover a few very important things about this because this is something a lot of spas get wrong. Following up not only enhances communication and clarifies expectations, it also builds and strengthens relationships, improves outcomes, and it also gives you a much better customer service, really, right? It also increases efficiency and productivity and demonstrates professionalism and reliability. So these are some things, just think about this, how much more professional your business is going to look like, how better your spa is going to be compared to all the other ones that do not have an incredible follow-up process in place. Now, the real kicker is that the follow-up process, if you have it truly in place, you're just going to make so much more money, get so many more clients, and that's what we want. So by now, I really do hope that you have a little bit more clarity to why a lot of marketing agencies fail, because they take this shortcut. Building a successful business, as I'm sure you know watching this video, being a business owner, it's not easy. There's no such thing as a get-rich-quick scheme or magic overnight. No, it takes hard work, effort, and incredible strategies and processes, right? The best thing that you can do is get those things, processes, and strategies dialed in sooner than later. Otherwise, you're just going to lose out on so many clients, and they're probably just going to go to your competitors anyways, and we do not want that. A lot of the reasons that agencies fail, let me sum it up, is because they use very broad targeting. They use no qualification, even if they say they do. Well, if you get leads but not really paying clients, qualification is missing. Bad follow-up, a bad sales process. And very importantly, how are you making yourself or the marketing agency stand out to all the other clinics? If you're doing the same boring marketing with the same boring offers, with the same discounts, and if that's the only thing that you can focus on, you're going to get bad results. That's just the way it is. So how do you really get good results with marketing? Well, you need to have a good pipeline. You need to qualify your leads. You need to reach the right kind of leads, the quality ones, the ones that are pre-sold and ready and motivated, the ones that are willing to put down $50 deposits to save their spot because they're so freaking excited, right? You gotta be standing out. You also gotta be having an incredible speed to lead, 60 seconds. If that's not possible, you gotta find someone to do it for you who have the capacity to do it and also do it that fast. Have to have an incredible sales process. This is something that we cover for all the spas that we work with and why they sell $1,000 packages and not $500 treatments. So I hope this gives you some clarity. If it does, I would love to explain this way more in depth to you on how we do it, how we potentially can do it for your spa as well. So click the link down below to book a free strategy call where we literally walk you through how we can potentially do it for you. The goal of this call is really to figure out, can we help you? And if we can, how are we going to do it? We do not have any one size fits all, any packages. It is only tailored solutions, which is also what you should be looking out for. Because if we're using the generic route, it's just not going to work. You're going to get generic results and not building a successful business. So hopefully this gave you some clarity, and I'm really hoping to speak with you soon. Bye-bye.